here, the Frugal Crafter, with my hashtag Love Fall Art project, and it is a big, beautiful harvest moon, which just seems fallish to me. I'm starting off by coating my paper with some charcoal. I'm using some paper with quite a bit of tooth on it, kind of like a cold pressed watercolor paper tooth. And I started blending with a piece of chamois, but then I realized that I was going to get a much darker look if I just use my fingers to blend. I think the oils in your fingers makes the charcoal stick to the paper and makes it a little bit darker. Then I simply took a round craft stencil, and if you don't have one, you can simply cut a circle out of a piece of scrap paper and use that. And I'm using my kneaded eraser to pick up some of the highlights from my moon. I don't want to take out all the color, and to clean that kneaded eraser, you just simply stretch it and knead it, and then you'll have some nice fresh area to work with. And you don't want to rub this, you really are more pressing and lifting. And I did speed this up because it's kind of a lot of repetition, and I thought you could get the gist from making it a little bit faster. Now I'm using that metal thing there, that's an eraser shield, and it allows you to just erase little bits here and there, like little spots. It's really good if you're trying to draw something that's shiny, like glass or metal, but it's also great for taking out those little like craters and little specks on the moon. So that's what I'm using that for right here. And again, just pressing that kneaded eraser right through the holes so it can lift up that pigment, the charcoal pigment. Now I am going to grab a smaller stick of charcoal and just go in and add some more shading into the interior parts of the moon. I'm putting in the shadows and the craters, and I'll put a link in the video description to the reference photo that I'm using. It was from Morguefile. There's also lots of photos that have been put on the internet by NASA that you can take a look at as well. So you can really see the details of the moon. This time of year, it seems like I can always see the moon a lot better where I live. In the northern hemisphere. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it always seems that maybe because it rises so much earlier, we can see it better. I don't know. But I'm going in and I'm adding some more just craters and shadows and texture onto this moon to give it some really nice character. Something I've found that that really helps if I'm trying to do a lot of layers in charcoal is by fixing it. And I actually fix my drawings with plain old Aquanet hairspray. I like the cheaper the better. It doesn't contain the silicones and stuff, and you'll see where I spray it in a minute so I can layer on more stuff. Now again, this is kind of like a subtractive drawing method, meaning I put down color, and then I lifted up color, and then I added more color. So you're kind of doing this additive and subtractive method all throughout the course of this painting until you get it just right. I guess it's more of a drawing. I don't know, when you're kind of using your fingers and you're putting so much down, and then it kind of makes me feel like it's more like a painting. Now when I spray this, you're going to see that my colors get a lot darker. It also is going to seal the surface so I can layer more stuff on it. So it lets you get that whole deeper range of values. If you're going to do a piece of artwork that you want to make sure stands the test of time, I would recommend a crayon fixative or another artist grade fixative. But honestly, I've been using Aquanet for years, even on drawings I did as a child, and they're still fine. So, I don't want to tell somebody to use something that's going to ruin their paintings, but I'm just going to tell you that I've never had a problem with it. But, stick with the cheap stuff because it doesn't contain the oils and silicones that the more expensive hairsprays do. All right, so to finish this off, I'm actually using a little bit of chalk. This is a Conte crayon, but any white chalk will be fine. And I'm just going in and touching up my brightest highlights, and that's really making the drawing pop. I hope you enjoyed this hashtag Love Fall Art project, and you check out the other ones that other artists have provided this weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you're interested in the supplies I use, I'll put a link in the video description. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.